So bring it on. Hype, expectation off. The excitement already palpable. The famous yellow wall stands tall. This has to be one of the most iconic places in European football. So off we go then. Once described as being born offside, Filippo Inzaghi feels like the last of a dying breed, doesn't he?
Yeah, and I feel sometimes he doesn't get the credit he fully deserves, because I think he's one of the most intelligent strikers around too. His game is all about anticipation, positioning and speed over those first 3 yards.
Good old-fashioned poacher, in other words.
Exactly, and you don't score that many goals without having something extra about you.
No, that's been intercepted. He's a sharp little ball here. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Oh, nicely intercepted. Now it's Del Piero. Elise. Knocks it into space. Del Piero looking to run onto it. Neymar. Now it's Inzaghi. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And he's made sure that's not getting through. Tries from a long way out. And the goalkeeper watches it past.
Yeah, he's disappointed with himself, but at least his boss is applauding the effort he made.
I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes, so we're seeing some conservatism here.
That's rather hopeful. Goal! Flamengo! That is wonderful to watch. A quite brilliant finish.
Let's be honest, most attempts at a first-time volley end up in row Z, but it was a privilege to sit here and watch that. That's an absolute stunner.
Flamengo have broken through. It's 1-0.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
And he's worked it through. He's got away. Adriano! It's hit the upright. Neymar is a player who barely needs an invitation to shoot. Zanetti.
Borussia Dortmund are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Gently done. A probing pass. Oh, that's clever. He's having a go. And yes, it's there! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye.
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
Gorgeous, just gorgeous.
That was magnificent. The way he cut it so perfectly, I think he's even managed to surprise himself, Peter.
Borussia Dortmund grab the equaliser, and we're all square.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but you still have to take your chances. Brilliant.
Del Piero with the short one. Zanetti, terrific header! Goal! Flamengo! Into the lead once more. Certain, searing and imperious.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
Number 23,
Flamengo take the lead.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
Well read, nice interception. Beckham. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. And that's really well manoeuvred. That has been cut short. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Borussia Dortmund clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Oh, that's fabulous. Zanetti, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Oh, he'd have done well to reach that. Inzaghi chasing after it. And he's intervened well there. That has ended up in no man's land. And it's Cruyff. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? It's Adriano! Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
I just don't know what was on his mind there.
Approaching half-time and still behind. Can they make something happen now? Olise will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Rijkaard with the clearance. Zanetti. The less said about that pass, the better. Out to the right. Olise. For Szoboszlai. He's going to be disappointed with that. Del Piero. Roberto Carlos. Can he get it through?
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Cross goes in there. Keeper's dealt with that. And he's there to clear it. Beckham. So what can they make of this? It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. And we hit half-time. Well, the scoreline at half-time, a fair reflection of things overall, you'd have to say that. There was certainly no lack of effort or endeavour in the first half.
And now, to all members
it
of the
is
crowd,
quite a game,
like
breathless and laced with excitement.
Well, I think the message from the manager at half-time will be pretty simple, Peter. He's going to want them to play at a higher tempo, press more, higher up the pitch, pass quicker, and entice the opposition out of position. He knows how crucial the next goal will be.
Substitution for Borussia Dortmund, number 21, Rooney.
Here we go again
15,
then.
Olise.
Borussia Dortmund can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
And no, that is pretty much the end of that. That could spell trouble. Oh, super ball. Roberto Carlos. Borussia Dortmund different to some extent this half. Details of the changes to come soon.
Well, I think this is probably a good time, Peter, to make ambitious change.
And here's Maradona. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. And that is masterful defending. And it's Neymar. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. And that's very disappointing, it has to be said. Adriano does have his name on the score sheet, of course.
Might want to be careful there.
Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Cruyff. Now that looks a decent ball. So can they find a way to turn round this deficit? Julie. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Looking for the run. Now it's Maradona. Del Piero. And this is Griezmann.
60,810.
Goal kick, as confirmed by the referee. Yaya Toure. And it's Roberto Carlos. Oh, that's delightful. Borussia Dortmund still have the cards to affect this game. Nicely weighted ball. And he plays one through. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. Well, they've got it again. Now it's Inzaghi. Now, can they get him away? And he's managed to get Julie!
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away, and eventually you might just get that little break.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here. Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal. That pressing is so good, it's nice and early.
And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. A header! Great build-up. It all deserved a better ending.
It was such a clever idea to lift it into his path.
Griezmann. Zanetti looking to provide the solidity his team so need. Now the cross. Zanetti deals with that comfortably.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Roberto Carlos. Roberto Carlos goes on a charge down the left. Deftly away. And it's Cruyff. Beckham. Oh, there's a probing ball. Now it's Inzaghi. Oh, good spread. Stood up well to him there. Neymar. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Now it's Neymar. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. Now it's Cruyff. Maradona. Just 5 minutes remaining now. And this is Neymar. He has found... Oh, smashing header! No messing about, just bludgeoned away.
Borussia Dortmund really don't have a choice now. They just have to throw everything forward and give themselves a chance to draw level.
Looking to play him in. Roberto Carlos. And that is that. A game of margins, of thrills, the sort of game that is a great advertisement for our sport. Sad in a way that somebody had to lose. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Well, the game plan for me just looked a little confused, and the crowd seemed to pick up on this early on, and it just created a kind of negative vibe around the whole stadium, and I think this performance was one best deleted from the memory bank now.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you. It's just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. It is a deep, deep sea of yellow, beautifully effervescent yellow. That is what you're faced with when you come to Dortmund. There's the whistle.
We're in the presence of goalkeeping greatness, a man with total command of his defence.
I say I wouldn't fancy going eyeball to eyeball with him.
No, I mean, I always like a vociferous keeper, and Oliver Kahn would be perfect for me.
Now it's Ronaldinho. He's being urged to shoot. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Now it's Pelé. Now who's going to be first to this? Now it's Inzaghi. Looking tidy in possession here. Oh, well played. Knocks it into space. Pelé. Cristiano Ronaldo. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Lahm. Pelé. Well timed, excellent interception. Oh, this looks sharp. Great vision. Olise, and a chance!
The keeper was likely to need his best there, and he found it.
And it's Rooney. Rijkaard is always looking to break lines, so it is still 0-0. And this is Rooney. That's tidy. Chooses to go. He's had a shot! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
Well, that always looked a little ambitious for me, but still, at least he had the confidence to take it on.
Lahm. It's a good run down the left-hand side. Not the most accurate pass.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Cruyff. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Szoboszlai. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Guardiola. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Chiellini gets a foot in here. Cristiano Ronaldo. Now there's a fine ball. Big chance! Goal! Flamengo! And Flamengo take the lead. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Such good movement. Some players have that natural ability to be in the right place at the right time. We've just seen the perfect example.
Flamengo have fired themselves in front.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out.
Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And he's managed to get free. Crosses it. Up he goes! It's in! And they're at it again in double quick time. Certain, searing and imperious.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking?
He's tried one! Oh, that was wicked, a truly wicked effort.
He actually looks pretty annoyed with himself there. He's usually better than that.
Substitution for Borussia Dortmund.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here.
Well, I think he'll undoubtedly add more movement and fluidity in the final third with his passing range.
And it's Neymar. Now it's Inzaghi. Borussia Dortmund have rung the changes already. Can he finish? And he was there to get a vital touch.
Neymar actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Beckham standing over it. Aimed beyond the defence. Flamengo have the chance to go the other way. Oh, they could break here. Ronaldinho, not one to pass up the chance to run up the defence. He loves those duels.
Well, I thought that run had balance and control, skill and strength.
It's Inzaghi! Well, the contact was true enough. The aim wasn't quite.
I think it was one of those, Peter, where he's caught it too well. He's not even looking at the keeper, so he knew where everything was.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Neymar. Costa Curta. Neymar. Goes for the shot! Great strike. A test for the keeper.
Borussia Dortmund seemed to...
And we hit half-time. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Borussia Dortmund really are lucky not to be down by more, Peter. The manager's going to have to come up with something a little special to lift these players. Otherwise, this one's as good as done.
Hello attendees, this is a lost children's announcement. Please keep your eyes on your children during the match at all times.
Whistle goes, and we start the second half.
Number 21.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here.
Chance! Sticks it away! And the second half is off to a flyer! A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Well, look at the manager here. He's absolutely fuming, and he has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that.
Borussia Dortmund get themselves back into contention.
The manager must have given them an earful at half-time, and fair play, because it seems to have worked. They've got to kick on from here now.
Julie. Now it's Royce. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Oh, it rattles the bar! Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Now it's Inzaghi. Oh, that looks a cracking ball. Oh, and the shot! And it's in! They are right back in business!
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
And that really is so impressive.
Yeah, and having the thrust to get there is one thing, having the composure to score is another.
This has become one superb game of football.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
Flamengo looking to pass their way through. He's got away. Played out towards the right wing. Lahm plays it in.
The attendance for this match was 60,179. Substitution in progress.
Time then for the first substitution of the game. Bale joining us now, a player, of course, who needs no introduction.
Well, not quite sure why he wasn't started, Peter, but at least it's a move that makes everyone happy.
Borussia Dortmund perhaps contemplating their next change here. And that could set him on his way.
Well, from experience, I can tell you he'll get a lot of stick for getting that one wrong.
Raiz. Neymar has his eye on that match ball.
Well, I think he's got a great chance of ending up with a match ball, provided he doesn't get too carried away with his own personal target now. As long as he keeps working for his team, he should be fine.
Costa Curta. And it's Rijkaard. Spread out to the left. Oh, that's a very... shot a goal! Oh, nice. Just not quite.
Well, that was certainly bold, Peter. He's never short on confidence.
He's having a hit! And the goalkeeper watches it past.
Well, I can understand why his thinking was that way inclined.
Substitution.
So there's going to be another change here. So a double change here, and both changes are offensive.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what system they'll be playing with now, Peter.
He has found the way through. Inzaghi is onto this. Almost 75 minutes on the clock. It's Inzaghi! It's a carbon copy of the previous miss.
Well, they're just unrelenting, Peter, wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of making at least one of them count.
Has a look and plays it forward. And it's Neymar. Inzaghi! And somehow he managed to miss it.
Filippo Inzaghi has delivered a really costly miss. It could have been their last chance to win it.
Neymar. It's Neymar! Goal at his mercy, and somehow he's missed it. Ronaldinho. Cole. Now it's Ronaldinho. Cole. And the shot!
Flamengo really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
He's in plenty of space here.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Pass somewhat off target. And for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. And here's Inzaghi. Engages and forces him off the ball.
Minutes has been indicated.
That has not gone well. There will be 4 extra minutes. Messi. And it's Royce. Now it's Inzaghi. Neymar providing an outlet on that flank. Bonucci gets it away. Royce. Guardiola. Oh, that's well spotted. Look at the space. Julie! It's loose now and they want to get it back. So nearly the total turnaround. They simply ran out of time. It has ended all square. A good watch, more than a good watch actually, certainly from a sporting perspective. It lacks a winner of course, but the crowd largely satisfied. Reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. The famous yellow wall stands tall. This has to be one of the most iconic places in European football. And we're underway. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, Peter, modern centre-backs are judged on their ability to defend. But this guy, Christian Romero, is a player who excels up front too.
Mbappe! Goal! Inter! And what a start!
And it looks like we're going to get the entertainment we were all hoping for. Yeah, a fantastic run and a fantastic pass to play him in. Both needed to be timed to perfection, and they were.
So, a breakthrough already. No outsmarting him this time. Filippo Inzaghi. Dixon. Romero. Costa Curta. And it's played forward. He is through here. And here's Mbappe. Look at the space. And Messi! It's in! 2. And we've barely begun here. And that is fabulous. A true beauty of a goal.
And you can see he meant every bit of that, Peter. He had his head up as he went to hit it. He knew his landscape.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Romero. Oh, that pass isn't the best. And it's Neymar. Neymar! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Neymar really must be thinking what he has to do to score there. Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Genuine physical edge about this game. It is quite attritional. Pedri. Neymar does well to stand firm and defend it. Messi. Oh, that's a fine interception. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Inter clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Messi is onto this. Beckham. Schneider, who does have an assist to his name. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Now it's Inzaghi. Costa Curta. Oh, terrible pass. And the finish! He's got a goal! A momentary lapse exploited with glee.
I think the defence really need to wake up here, Peter. They really shouldn't be getting caught out like that.
Borussia Dortmund get themselves back into contention.
Well, what a difference a goal makes. Now all of a sudden it seems the belief of...
He's having a shot! They've done it! They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
That's what he lives for, Peter. Not a lot more to add.
We have ourselves a real game here.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
Szoboszlai is very much the model of the modern-day fullback. And this is Shevchenko. Oh, great defending. That needed doing. Rooney.
Niceties are not part of this approach. This is actually quite aggressive.
Oh, that's fabulous. Pedri does well to get it back. Pedri did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. And here's Rooney. Pedri. Makaleli. And it's Rooney. Very nicely done. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be. Now it's Rooney. It's Rooney! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Great vision. Oh, not quite. Pedri, played out towards the right wing. That is ended up in no man's land. Shevchenko. Now it's Messi. Oh, no, that was never going to make it.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Costa Curta. Schneider. Makaleli. Aimed beyond the defence. Schneider. That's an imaginative pass. He's in plenty of space here. Mbappe proves just a little bit too strong. Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing. There's the whistle for half-time. Borussia Dortmund are involved in a terrific contest here. It's been a slugfest and a half. So we reach the halfway point.
We've seen some really terrific football in that half with the flow of goals. And of course there are mistakes, but I'm not in a mood to moan.
Terrific half, 4 goals split evenly, beautifully set up for the second period to follow. And we are already shapes to shoot! Schneider! Brilliant!
Well, I know there's plenty of time left in this second half yet, but that's a goal which deserves to win this match. And now that the skipper has delivered such a beauty, the whole team will have a confidence thrust.
There was to be only one outcome.
Well, was there ever any doubt? It made it look like he's done it over and over and over again, and he has.
Substitution for Borussia Dortmund.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while.
15,
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
coming on the field, number 4, Maradona.
Romero
Number 17, Luke Jones.
and Dixon. Pedri. Juni. Romero promptly onto that, and that is that. Right, Shevchenko. And he's in on goal. Oh, he's done very well to take that back. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. And he's picked it up out. Neymar! Oh, full marks for that effort.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he tried one of his specials.
Dixon. And it's Pedri. Nice try, but he wasn't buying it. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. He's through, now is he in? Inzaghi showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Mbappe, he's got away. Shot a goal! Goal! And look what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now.
It just came down to a battle of wills between him and the keeper, and he won it with a cracking piece of trickery.
Substitution for Borussia Dortmund, number 25, Raiz. Coming on the field
So,
is
time for changes
number 8.
on both sides, actually.
Substitution.
So the lead now is 2.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Borussia Dortmund will have one further opportunity to make a substitution after this, their latest change. It's Inzaghi! That was superb goalkeeping.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Borussia Dortmund with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Now it's Olise.
That's good play from him.
Olise. Oh, nice touch. Olise has got himself a free kick. There could be trouble here. But for now, the referee is keeping his cards in his pocket.
Well, he was the one player you had to keep away from the area. Not the best way to do it, though.
It's a good 35 yards out, this. And a chance! Against the crossbar. Ambitious, but just off target.
Yep, certainly could have been something so much more.
Costa Curta. Borussia Dortmund perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Passing is crisp and sharp. It's a good run down the left-hand side. Neymar will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. And it's Szoboszlai. And the shot! It's off target and by quite a way.
Borussia Dortmund are stuck in a rut, and impatient pots at goal won't really help their cause here. They need somebody to communicate composure and something more constructive.
Dixon. Oh, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward. Oh, played through for the wide man. Great chance! Yes! And the lead is extended still further. That was a given. It always was.
Yeah, it's simply tragic defending when a renowned finisher is ignored. It's how he built his reputation.
It's a mighty effort! Read the delivery beautifully, but got the finish all wrong. Filippo Inzaghi, decent chance! And that is a truly outstanding save.
Oh, what a chance. He probably had more time than he realised. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Inter Milan are looking to go forward now. Now it's Haaland. Plays a sharp little ball here. And he shoots! Oh no, a quite unbelievable miss.
Shevchenko has just shown why those situations demand a higher grade of focus. He fluffed it.
Pass somewhat off target. Raiz. Now it's Inzaghi. Looking tidy in possession here. Now it's Haaland. And this is Shevchenko. Borussia Dortmund can breathe again, just.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
The referee's awarded a free kick. Messi. Haaland bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Yeah, he's fouled him there. Tremendous from Roberto Carlos! About as smooth as it gets. just cruising! They are cruising! A true beauty of a goal, so brilliantly executed.
Oh, that was breathtaking. He'll never hit another as well in his whole career.
Inter Milan are having a ball here. Now it's Olise, and he cuts out the supply. Beckham.
6 added minutes have been
Neymar.
indicated.
Neymar! And he's missed it. Roberto Carlos. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Pedri concedes a free kick for that. Well, that looks like a final warning, still no card. And he's spooned it over the bar. Oh, they could be caught out here. That's good play. Applies the finish! Close, but time for no more. The whistle has gone. Borussia Dortmund suffer a humiliating defeat, and it The noise is just a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. There's the whistle, and here we go.
Well, look, it's going to be a very hard job to make sure that the lone man up front doesn't get isolated.
Well, that is the obvious worry, isn't it?
Yeah, usually managers play a compact midfield when trying not to give away space, but it gives you little scope when trying to create and exploit space yourself.
So emphasis very much on defence.
Absolutely.
Sends it crossfield. Now it's Olise. Szoboszlai. Well, that has not gone well. Lovely pass, but can he get there? He's in a great position here. Oh, that's fabulous. Good decision by the keeper. Got that exactly right. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Oh, that's superb. That's going to go a long way. Borussia Dortmund have reclaimed it. And it's Neymar. And he's had a hit! Oh, nice. Just not quite.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he tried one of his specials.
Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Yeah, Raphael Varane. He's solid in the air, Peter. He's tough in the tackle and a very good reader of the game. Most of all, though, if something goes wrong when the opposition break through, he's got the pace to get back and make a vital intervention.
No argument from me on that front. It's easy to see how his presence alone affects both sides. Best. And he's picked out the run.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
So we're still where we started right now. Royce goes steaming forward. Oh, no joy this time. Serginho. Oh, that's a key interception. Flamengo look happy to sit back for the moment here.
Yeah, everything they're doing screams counter-attack, but it's a long counter-attack. When they win it back, they're not wasting any time. They're just trying to get the runners away as quickly as possible.
Olise. And it's Royce. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Foot in. Olise. Looking for the run. And that pass just didn't quite work. Mbappe. Oh, and they're quick to press here, right on top of them. Filippo Inzaghi. Inzaghi! Goal! Borussia Dortmund! There is the breakthrough. And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
Borussia Dortmund have taken the lead.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now.
Serginho could try cutting inside here. And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. And they've switched it over to the other side. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. Olise has an approach to the game which is pretty much shoot on sight. Soboslai got a long way forward to join the attack. Oh, good-looking ball. Vieira.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
Mbappe, nicely worked. Beckham. Szoboszlai. Oh, can he get onto this? Kaká. Good ball, good take. Szoboszlai defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Oh, there's a probing ball, expertly cut out, really nicely done. Filippo Inzaghi looking understandably energised after his goal.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. And that'll be the last act of the first half. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
On the evidence of what we've seen, they're worth their lead. There was genuine intensity and purpose behind what they brought to the game. I think they'll want a strong start just after the break, though, to force the issue that bit more.
Borussia Dortmund leading a cagey game here. It's had its moments, and it's 1-0 at the break. And the action is back on the way.
Well, if you're ahead, it's a good time to start moving the ball quicker, Peter. Entice your opponents out. See if you can open them up a bit more.
Gets to show off his quick... Real chance! Now, who's going to be first to this? I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Puyol is very much of the non-shell pass school of defending. It's a really well-measured ball. And here's Neymar. Now the ball's gone astray. Mbappe. That's a foul, no two ways about it. And they're not going to make any further progress now. Olise. Looking for options for movement. Costa Curta. And it's Royce.
Borussia Dortmund.
And Royce! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Royce really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Vieira can see things others simply cannot. Some resolute defending there. Now that looks a decent ball. Decent chance! It's in! They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here. Yeah, and he did well not to stray offside there as well, Peter. He just seemed to instinctively know when the ball was going to be delivered, and he got it right.
Borussia Dortmund choosing to make the first change.
Well, this could be an indication that the team are setting themselves up for the counter-attack here, Peter, and he is very good at that type of thing.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing.
Inzaghi! And that is certainly not what he had in mind. Borussia Dortmund perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Zanetti demonstrating his defensive quality there. Can he get it through? Floated through. And that's a simple one for the keeper. Serginho is always looking to play quality balls. Juli. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Raiz. Now it's Inzaghi. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Now it's Inzaghi. Juli. He's picked his way through. That's tidy. Soboslai has it in a wide position. He's got away. Shot a goal! Oh, good effort, he got plenty on that.
Juli brilliantly took control of that, which was exactly what the situation required.
And we have our very first corner. That is a brilliant... He's had a shot! Goal! Borussia Dortmund! And again they hit the front. He made it happen, squeezed through with sheer will and considerable accuracy.
The keeper deserves some sympathy there. He may not have seen that until too late.
Borussia Dortmund take the lead. Just a quarter of an hour to play.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Oh, shooting chance! And the lead stays intact, just.
Well, that's the response the crowd were looking for, Peter, and it's applause all round us here.
Substituição no time do Flamengo.
Time then for the first substitution of the game.
Camisa 9, camisa 7, camisa 5. Deixando o campo para a entrada de camisa 8, camisa 20,
Chiellini.
camisa 13, Camisa 11.
Oh, that is asking for trouble. Szoboszlai. Beckham. Now Costa Curta. Rijkaard. Now Costa Curta. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Now, can they get him away? Pass somewhat off target. Nicely weighted ball. And he cuts out the supply. Well timed, excellent interception. Very much into the last knockings. Looking to play him in.
Borussia Dortmund can really think about the precious seconds that took off the clock. No need to overly commit now.
Costa Curta makes the interception. Raiz is a player who's always giving defenders headaches. Shot could be on. So much shoots! He has done it! A two-goal lead and they're firmly in control.
Well, a 1-2 is easier to pull off than most dribbles, and I think we've just seen the proof.
2 up and very little time left. Surely this is it.
Well, I think if they're going to have any hope from here, they'll need to see their more experienced lads step up to the plate now.
And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Borussia Dortmund can take all the spoils, and it is nothing less than what they are perfectly entitled to, following this splendid display of poise, potency and proficiency. Filippo Inzaghi claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Borussia Dortmund definitely impressing me here, especially the way that attack clicked. Whether it was link-up play, running in behind, this has just been a great day at the office.
Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin alongside me and to wish you all a very good evening. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. So it's down to business here. Zanetti, a player joining here, a pretty exclusive club. This game is the 200th in his career for this side.
Yeah, and he's proven himself to be quite a player in the last 199, Peter. Flexible, adaptable, showing a real tactical aptitude, and number 200 should be no different.
Well, the referee has made it pretty clear now that this is his last chance.
He just needs to find the control button on his aggression before the ref does it for him, Peter.
Oh, crossbar! Decent enough try.
Szoboszlai must have been hit by a flash of doubt then. He complicated what looked like an easy opportunity.
Now it's Rooney. And he's let fly! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay.
You lucky boy, you lucky boy. Giving the ball away like that is usually punished.
Can he get on the end of this? He has a look up. Nicely aimed pass. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. He's got away. Neymar. And it's Cannavaro.
Oh, great feat, that.
Great defending, strong and determined. Not the most accurate pass. Oh, perfectly measured that. Adams. Borussia Dortmund are applying all the early pressure.
Well, they've made all the inroads and
Takes a shot! Goal! Fluminense! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Borussia Dortmund finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Rijkaard. Now it's Mbappe. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Maradona. Borussia Dortmund are looking to break at pace. Looking for options for movement. He's beaten the last man. And again, he's sorted that out terrifically. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Engages and forces him off the ball. Oh, that is a good ball to find. And the shot! He scores! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments.
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down, and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic. The skill and the confidence was just brilliant, and he showed both a quick head and even quicker feet.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
You've got to commend that, Peter. It's the perfect response to falling behind. Don't let your heads drop, just get back up the pitch and level the scores again. This is cracking stuff.
That has been cut short. Now it's Mbappe. It's a pretty loose pass. Maradona. He's found some space. Oh, shooting chance! Goal! Fluminense! And they're back in front.
Neymar really played that return ball to perfection there, Peter. He knew the exchange was on and he put it on a plate for his teammate. That was just gorgeous.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for. Oh, the ball's run loose here. Oh, what has happened here? Rijkaard. Midway through the first period, and it's looking quite a game here. That's good vision. Good effort from distance. Oh, that is rather wayward.
Fluminense really are good at what they're doing. They'll gladly take any opportunity to launch that counter.
Beckham. Borussia Dortmund looking to pass their way through. And here's Elise. Rooney.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Good read, needed to be. Mbappe. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Filippo Inzaghi. Messi.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
And it's Neymar. Fluminense finding their passes. Oh, there's a probing ball. And this is Inzaghi. Borussia Dortmund are still behind as we reach out for half-time. Now it's Neymar. Some really good ball movement. Oh, no joy this time. Rijkaard. Neymar. And here's Elise. And here's Neymar. Rijkaard. Now it's Mbappe. The pressing's intense and it's paid off. And this is Inzaghi. Rijkaard did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Great chance! And he hits the net! Two to the good, and they are purring, absolutely purring. Just so calm under pressure, and he managed to fashion a fine finish.
Well, at one stage, he was being body-checked, Peter.
Goes for a shot! Just cruising! They are cruising! And they're at it again, in double quick time!
Yeah, that's really well played, Peter. It's very, very simple. The ball through to him was just beautifully measured.
So now the difference is 3. Zanetti makes the interception. Oh, important interception. Rijkaard. And there's the end of the first half.
substituição.
There's the start of the second half. Borussia Dortmund changed their lineup for the second half. A reaction, no doubt, to the half-time score. Now it's Mbappe. Szoboszlai promptly onto that, and that is that. Neymar. Cannavaro robs him of possession. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Maradona. He's a sharp little ball here. And he's away. The referee's awarded a free kick. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture.
Yeah, well, they were exposed and vulnerable, and he knew he had to do something to prevent a goal then.
He's having a good look here. Neymar! Glorious! He's got himself an absolute peach. Comfort, yet more comfort, easing away. Well, that was wonderful in every regard. Vision, concept, and considerable accuracy.
Well, he made it look effortless. Clearly a training ground perfectionist.
Things looking so easy, almost too easy here. Aimed beyond the defence.
Well, the way this game is offering less possession, they'll need to have a very good conversion rate.
Oh, that's a key interception. Stones spots it and intercepts. Now it's Neymar. And it's Cannavaro. Played towards the other side. Rijkaard is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Borussia Dortmund can breathe again, just.
That's simply brilliant defending.
Inzaghi! They've done it! A truly wonderful strike, decorated with dip and curl.
Oh, that's an incredible shot. The dip and the curl he managed to get on it. Impeccable technique, Peter. Absolutely impeccable.
Borussia Dortmund grab a goal, but it's hard to see it as anything much more than a consolation. And that's gone loose.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Julie.
Yeah, that works for me. The denial of movement, blunt and brusque.
He's found a way through. And he's cut it out. Borussia Dortmund perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next... Can he finish? It goes to show he is human after all.
Look, we've all been there. Not that it'll make him feel much better at the moment.
Now some movement on the bench, and we are going to see a change.
Well, this could be an indication that the team are setting themselves up for the counter-attack here, Peter, and he is very good at that type of thing.
Tries to pass it through. Neymar is in a really good position out wide. Now, who's going to be first to this? It's loose now, and they want to get it back. Could be danger here. Szoboszlai receives... Decent chance! He's kept it out, just.
Incredible. He had all the time in the world to pick his spot as well.
Beckham, the regular corner taker. Beckham goes short. Costa Curta. He's in plenty of space here. Terrific header! Read the delivery beautifully. but got the finish all wrong. Can he get it through? Nicely intercepted. Adams into the last quarter of an hour. Out to the left it goes. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Threads one in. Messi is alert to the possibilities. Hazard gets... and the shot! Adams is there and he can get that clear. Plenty of appeals, but the referee is not interested. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Tries a shot! And it's come back out to him. And that is certainly not what he had in mind. That is good strength. Zanetti does well to get it back.
Borussia Dortmund have more than played their part in this game. Based on the second half display, they deserve to get something from it.
Neymar picks it up out wide, and he's managed to get free. Adams, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Rijkaard, Messi, Neymar. That is ended up in no man's land. He's in a great position here. He might be in here. And he's looking at the referee, but the referee is... oh, that is asking for trouble. Added time going up here, it's 3 minutes. Zanetti gets across and deals with it. And he plays one through. Oh, what's he done? He's shifting through the gears here. Oh, nice touch. And that is as far as it goes. Borussia Dortmund cannot spin this any other way. They came up against opponents who were thrilling, at times unplayable, who simply brushed them off. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Well, there was a distinct lack of clarity or commitment in everything the players were trying to do. Looking pretty lethargic, and they were ruthlessly exploited and deserved to be.
That's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim Beglin, a very good evening to you all. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already.
Now there's a player with a silky pass and a steely tackle.
Xabi Alonso.
Yeah, a midfielder renowned for his tremendous array of passes while offering his defence a solid shielding presence too.
Players don't come a whole lot better in his position, do they?
Not really, and not many can boast the same quality of performance either, Peter.
Passes coming off in quick succession here. He can run onto that. He's being urged to shoot. Yeah, he's fouled him there. Well, it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking. And for sure, that was not one of his best.
Well, that was just asking too much of himself from there.
Gets a good foot in there. Rafinha. Spread it left. Nicely weighted ball. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. And it's Kukçu. He's gone for goal! Mighty close.
Oh, did the keeper have that covered? I'm not sure he did. I think I need a replay on that one.
Costa Curta. I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Played into space out wide. And this is Inzaghi. It's a pretty loose pass. Probing pass. Zanetti calmly anticipates. And this is Inzaghi. First quarter of an hour gone. And he's on his way! Oh, good claim by the keeper. He's certainly earned his keep there. Mignon did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Rooney. And this is Inzaghi. Look at the space here. Howson defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Now it's Batistuta. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. Oh, he'll be annoyed with himself for not getting there. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. And this is Batistuta. And here's Neymar. That's a good ball. Shoots! In for the pieces! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Madrid with the corner. They're first. Batistuta! Borussia Dortmund have the chance to go the other way. Beckham.
Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
Borussia Dortmund are still to register a shot on target. As a matter of fact, a shot of any type. That has ended up in no man's land. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Good take, and is he in? Good claim. No margin for error there. Inzaghi was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Saliba does really well to win the ball there. Now it's Batistuta. He's on it, can he get away? And here's Rafinha.
Rafinha really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Now it's Neymar. And it's Doué. Doué going face-to-face with his great rival. Rafinha. Well, I'm not sure how the stats look in terms of expected goals, but nothing actual has materialised so far. Rooney. Nicely spread. Albert Ferrer promptly onto that, and that is that. Rafinha. Batistuta. And it's been played through. And the shot! He's been taken down, and the referee has pointed at the spot. And that really is the last thing they wanted to do.
Yeah, well, they were exposed and vulnerable, and he knew he had to do something to prevent a goal then.
The major moment in the game. Not much more than a formality.
A picture of confidence, that was never missing.
Madrid have penetrated for the first time.
Well, I think the managers are going to have to scrap whatever they had in mind for the half-time team talks. One has got to tone it up now, and the other has to tone it down.
Could be danger here. He's got away. Oh, and the shot! Oh, taken with style. They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. Just so calm under pressure, and he managed to fashion a fine finish.
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but he thrives in situations like that.
Madrid are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
And again, they run up against stubborn defending. And it's Neymar. Looking to play him in. And there's the end of the first half.
Recordamos a nuestros espectadores que el estadio dispone de una sala de objetos perdidos que permanecerá abierta entre semana en horario de oficina.